So I put my corn in, I put my sunflowers in. Those were, the lemon mint was already there. And I ran my cucumbers up. So I do a little section at a time when I'm planting the seeds. And I clean a section and then I get it ready and I put the seeds down. Or in case, like, you know, like the tomatoes, I cheated in again this year and I bought plants and I put them in the ground. All the okra and the corn, everything else is all from seed and Babette's roots that she gave me. So that's why it looks like a hot mess, not very pristine and all nice pretty rows, because it is little sections. And normally I plant my sunflowers to where they shade my tomatoes. Yeah, I didn't do that this year. I was in a hurry to get out of here and get everything, all the seeds in the ground, and get to North Carolina. So it is what it is this year. When I plant flowers, usually, not always, usually I try to plant flowers that will bloom the same color as the vegetables. So like my tomatoes and my cucumbers will bloom yellow, so I try to put yellow flowers around them, except like the nasturtiums down there, which go next to cucumbers. And same thing with dill. You plant dill next to cucumbers, I companion plant. And I also plant marigolds around my tomatoes with basil. Basil is supposed to help increase the output of tomato yield. And the marigolds keep the nematodes off your tomatoes and potatoes. And I have no idea what a nematode is. So that's... I have a garden update to my garden update. Today is Saturday. And I'm gonna show you what I've done since Thursday. So let me flip the camera around, and yes, thundering. So I got a confession. The last 2 years, I don't water my garden. When I reach over 95 consistently and I see some wilt, then I'll get out and I'll take a 1 liter bottle, and about 6 1-liter bottles is all that I water on my garden. So I'm always hoping for rain. There's a reason why I do that. Actually, there's 2 reasons. I don't have a hose. I don't have a water spigot to run a hose. And secondly, is if you can grow without adding water, you can survive. So I call it my survival technique. I don't put any commercial fertilizer in my soil. I use all winter long. Well, in the fall I'll put leaves and sticks that fall off the trees, grass clippings, and then I save up every week my coffee grinds, eggshells, banana peels, and you know, like the zucchini peels, cucumber peels, tomatoes, all of that I keep in a bucket, and then once a week I come out and dump it on my soil. So that's my fertilizer. I never test my soil either. My grandparents didn't water their gardens every day. They didn't put any fertilizer down, and as far as I know, they didn't use any bug repellent either. And it gets pretty hot down in Arkansas. And same thing with my grandma. At 92 years old, she had a massive garden. It was like a lot of my truck patch. I still have my conspiracy garden. I'll take a picture and throw that in. And I have a bunch of really cool pictures of the garden I'll throw in at the end of this video. Try to cut this down and make it really short, so if I can thrive and get vegetables enough to feed me through the growing season, and enough to can up to supplement during the off season, to help with the food bill, and doing it very minimalist the way I do it, the watering and the fertilizing and stuff like that, then that's a win, and that's one more step towards survival if SHTF happens, or some other odd thing, climate change, and we get no rain. I know that I can grow, and I save a lot of seeds from my garden with the belief that everything that I save is from my plants. They become conditioned or hardy to my weather and my soil and the water, temperature, etc. That the more I save from the same plant, the same seeds year after year, makes them hardy to my conditions where they can thrive in excess heat and humidity and poor soil and little to no water, except when we get which is this row here between the two stalks is mainly my rubbish pile, and then I have another one over by the strawberries. And it only takes a matter of like a week, and it turns into nice earthwormy soil. So I'm going to take you over to my tomatoes, and I'm going to explain what I do with my tomatoes. I believe I've heard it called air pruning. We'll start down here at the bottom. It's one stalk that branches off into 5, 6 branches, and I just don't know if you can get the scope of how many tomatoes are on this one plant. There's more over there, way over here, way out here there's some setting. Another one grouped there, round over on this side. We'll start up at the top. We've got buds all the way up at the top. So yeah, that is one plant with 5 shoots off of it. And you notice there's like almost no leaves down at the bottom. Below the tomatoes, I try to clean off all the leaves because they're not really necessary. And it wastes a lot of the plant's energy trying to maintain those leaves when there's nothing going to grow there. So everything below tomatoes I will clear off. And it focuses on the fruit that's on there and then producing more. So yeah, Babette, to answer your question, I've never had problems since July 1st, since June 28th. We've been running in the 90s and up into 100 every single day. And as you see, I have tomatoes that blossomed and set. This one is my early girl, and it branches off into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 off of the one plant. And I do have some that set here. So early girls will all be just about the same size. They're very uniform, and I don't know that they produce any earlier than any others. And these are my jet stars. You see, I did get out here and tie everything up and pruned. I call it air pruning. I think I heard that somewhere before. These are my jet stars. And here are my Romas. This is a volunteer plant. There's a little one in there. So, yeah, bottom pruning. It works for me. I mean, I don't plant a whole lot, and I'm not trying to grow a whole lot. Oh, look at that corn. So it helps me get enough to feed me, to feed Mom, and then we have some left over that we can extra that we can and also give to my friends.